Hello and welcome. Today I will be joined by a fellow Belle to talk about the difference one's involvement in a community can make on the community, and even more importantly, the impact that the community can have on one's life. More specifically, we will be talking about the Down syndrome community. But first, here's some information for you. According to the Down Syndrome Association website, 1 in every 691 babies in the United States is born with Down syndrome, making Down syndrome the most common genetic condition. Today, I am here with Jenna Wozniak, a senior here at St. Mary's, a biology major, and she will share with us her involvement in the Down syndrome community and the impact her involvement has had in her life. So, Jenna, thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start with what led you to become involved in the Down syndrome community?
Well, I was first introduced to the Down syndrome association because of my sister Joy. She has Down syndrome. She's 3 years younger than I, so I was pretty much exposed to it at a pretty early age when I was 3 or 5 years old, between that age range. But I became more involved with it over the last couple of years. The Down Syndrome Association has really grown in the last couple of years, and they've done a lot of outreach, and as a result, a lot more events and such. So because of that, I've become more involved with it.
Great. I'm glad that you took a step forward and became involved. Now, do you feel like there's enough people involved, or do you wish more people would get involved in this community?
I actually think that quite a lot of people have taken a role in the community lately. As we've grown and got our name out there and more people have become aware of Down syndrome, I think they're more open to it and willing to help out and get involved. And it's kind of hard not to when all the kids are so sweet,
right,
and they're so loving. So I think it's a growing community, and obviously the more people that are involved, the better. But we're off to a great start. So
that's great. So happy to hear. It makes me happy for Joy because I know your sister personally. Now, sadly, there are people who use derogatory language that can offend people, such as your family, your sister. How do you feel about this, and how do you handle situations like that?
Well, it's always been kind of interesting to me. I think a lot of people think that growing up with a sister or a sibling with Down syndrome makes your life kind of different or abnormal. The only thing that's been kind of strange growing up is the odd stares from people in the grocery store, or mainly just people who are they don't really know how to handle the situation. I've been lucky enough never to really hear anybody say anything rude to my sister. I always thought that I would have to defend her and be the big, tough, older sister. But actually everybody who's met her has fallen in love with her, and nobody's been rude. But I think that a lot of the negativity towards it is a lack of understanding. I think people think that they don't really understand, or they don't get that maybe they're being attacked, but in actuality, like, they're very perceptive of people. And I think that if more people were aware, that maybe they would change their language. Sometimes people use derogatory terms out of ignorance. They don't really say it because they know the meaning behind it. They just say it to say it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think more awareness of Down syndrome and other disabilities would kind of maybe eliminate those remarks. And so people like me and other people who are involved, who get the word out there about Down syndrome and other disabilities, might change people's perspectives.
Great, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. I think you have really offered a great perspective for people who are unaware with the Down syndrome community, and I hope that changes people's minds about how they view people, and that they become involved a bit more. So now that Jenna has had a chance to share her involvement in the community, I hope everyone was able to take away something from her story, and that we work together to make a difference and can unite to make a difference. Thank you again, Jenna, for joining me and for joining all of us here today.
Thank you.